different cultures have boundaries?
Our
I just
culture has
want culture.
boundaries.
Or
Yeah.
I'm just saying, or you could not do
You
that.
think you have to do that? You think you have to flex? You think you have to do the dick measuring contest?
All right.
That
Um,
means that you
Like,
have
from where
sexual
you're
relations
speaking.
while your partner is watching.
I'm sorry.
They're not involved. They're just watching while you get ducked.
Oh,
They're the cuck.
yeah, it's
You're
just like
y'all are just so overly dramatic about this, talking about, oh, he'll never let the world see him cuck. Like that's not this situation.
I mean,
It's a
Adam
performance.
22 did it. Would you say he's out?
And that is completely different. See, that is cuck.
he's a cuckold. He's a cuckold.
Exactly. But what Swiss did wasn't a cuck move. You think that's cuck stuff?
I don't even got a problem with Alicia Keys. My problem is with Usher.
Well, let me shut up. I don't care about
Okay,
How-
so
how
you
many-
say he wrote.
How many decades you think it's gonna take her to find a man if she's going around saying that shit?
Not that.
Damn.
They don't share the good stuff. That's a lie.
So
Don't specify.
Because what you gonna get out there that you can't get right here?
Every desire, niggas are nasty. Hell no.
Niggas are nasty.
thank you. Oh my.
I don't want her. I might not look at her the same.
No
That
word.
part.
You doing it with her? You ain't nasty too? Y'all nasty together.
No, he gonna look at her like, I can't believe you just did that.
You whore.
Like, where you learn that? You're the mother of my kids. I can't. He's like, oh, you nasty.
Don't
You're
be
a
kissing
mom,
like my
though.
children after this.
Find out.
No.
We gonna find out she nastier than him. So Steph, is
Mhm.
it your
Let's
man's
find
vibe?
out.
I'm at Steph.
So it's
Wait,
like if
did you
were-
change?
Hell no, I didn't change.
Why?
Hell no, I didn't change.
If my man ever said, if he ever says,
No, it
ever
was
says,
no, no, no,
a
no,
dress
no.
that
It
I
was
wear
more to
ain't
that.
banging, I'm
was-
taking that shit off.
It was more.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. So, this morning we're going to get into what's going on with Diddy because, as y'all know, last year, at the end of the year, he got a lawsuit from Cassie, who was his longtime girlfriend, and immediately the next day he settled the lawsuit. So people were like, it's looking guilty to me, right? But there were also people that were like, okay, he settled because he doesn't want this type of image attached to his brand, which could also be the case. So I'm going to try to give an unbiased view of this, and I'm going to share with you the story so everybody knows what's going on. And I'm just going to read it to you guys, and we'll go over it. And then you guys can let me know if you think he's guilty or not. And this is just now starting. Like, this lawsuit was just put out this week, right? So they just filed this lawsuit, and we don't really know where it's going to go from here. All I know is they are... my mama. All we know is that they are... Lil Rod is suing him, and he's alleging a lot of things. So let me show you guys. Let me see. Let's do this. Real quick. Let me show you guys this. Let's add this to the stage. Let's change the layout. Boom. So hopefully you guys can see this. I can see it. So it says, all of the allegations against Diddy. Let's see. So, in November 2023, the singer Cassie, real name Cassandra Ventura, filed an explosive federal lawsuit against her former partner, Sean Diddy Combs, claiming he had been physically and sexually abusive throughout their relationship. The complaint alleged that Combs' abuse ranged from beating Ventura and forcing her to have sex with other men to raping her and at her home in 2018. The rapper settled the lawsuit within a day. But since then, 3 more women and 1 man have sued Sean Combs, accusing him of a wide range of abusive behavior, including sexual harassment, rape, non-consensual pornography, and sex trafficking. The music mogul has denied all the allegations, obviously, claiming that his accusers are attempting to assassinate my character destroy my reputation and my legacy. Here's everything you need to know about the civil cases against him. So he has plenty of cases against him. It's not like it's just one man out to get him, right? And it's not just Diddy that's being sued in this lawsuit. So Cassie alleged she was a victim of a pattern of abuse, violence, and sexual trafficking. Ventura sued under New York's Adult Survivors Act, which gave victims a one-time, one-year window to sue their alleged sexual abusers and institutions, even if the statute of limitations had run out. The window expired in November, so she made sure she got her lawsuit out last year, and she got her payout immediately. But she says she first met Combs in 2005, which we all remember when he got with Cassie. It was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful, la la la. So it says when she was 19 and he was 37. So when women are bringing up these age gap relationships and they're like, oh, it doesn't make any sense for these old men to be trying to date these young girls, the guys are like, oh, you old women are jealous, la, 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 la. But the argument has always been they have all of this leverage against these young girls because they have the life experience, they have the money. And in this case, he had all of this experience in the business, in the music business. So you think as a young girl, if I get with Diddy, he's going to help my career take off, right? So I completely understand why she would have gotten with somebody, even if he was way out of her age range. But anyway, in the lawsuit, she alleges that Combs controlled nearly every aspect of her life, from her career to having access to her personal medical records. She claims he was fraudulently violent, frequently violent, physically abusing her multiple times a year, and that he often plied her with copious amounts of drugs. And that's a theme in this situation. Like his drug use, I'm not saying that he's an addict, but with all the complaints that he has against him, there always seems to be that he drugged them and then he had his way with them. So I'm not going to say, oh yeah, Diddy is a drug addict. But a lot of people in the music industry, and actually a lot of famous people, abuse drugs. So it's like, okay, he's got all of these people accusing him of drugging them and doing things that are against their will. And then you have these bouncers coming out, these people that used to work for him coming out saying, oh, he used to put stuff in the champagne and just give it out at the clubs and all the people will be drugged up. So it's like, where there's smoke, there's fire to me. The complaint also claims that Combs forced Ventura to have sex with male sex workers in different cities. Encounters she says he watched, masturbated to, and recorded. The singer says she never went to the police because she was afraid that doing so would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her, which makes sense. She also alleges that following a dinner in 2018, Combs forced himself into her apartment and raped her while she repeatedly said no and tried to push him away. Ventura says she ended the relationship for good afterward. So a lot of people feel like, oh, if you're in a relationship, how can you be great? And it is very important for you to understand that it doesn't matter whether you're in a relationship or not. If somebody says no, that's no, period. So even if you're married, you could potentially grape your partner, your spouse, if they're telling you, no, I'm not in the mood. And you're like, oh, this is my spouse. I'm going to get it when I want to. You get what I'm saying? So it was a bad look for him. He made sure he settled with her quickly because she had a lot of years with him, and it just doesn't make any sense for them to be like, oh yeah, there's no validity to this. Like she knows where all the bodies are buried, at least from that time period. So it was in his best interest not to take that to court and to settle out of court, which he did, gave her payout, and she was out. So let's move on to the new people that are filing lawsuits against him. So 4 more people have come forward with allegations against Diddy. Following the settlement, Liza Gardner filed a lawsuit in November 2023, right before the Adult Survivors Act expired. So she made sure she got hers in so she could use the same Adult Survivors Act that Cassie used. And she says she and a friend met Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall at an MCA Records event in 1990 or 1991. She couldn't remember exactly when. They returned to Hall's apartment for an after party where Gardner says she was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs. She says Combs also assaulted her friend. The lawsuit claims the encounter left Gardner shocked and traumatized, which is so freaking sad. And as she got dressed, Hall allegedly barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced her to have sex with him. Gardner claims that Combs came to the home she shared with her friend a few days later and allegedly attacked her again. So it seems like he has all of this power and he feels like he can do whatever he wants, which is really scary. Sorry, excuse me, which is really scary. So let's keep going. He came to the house looking for the friend, because he was worried she would tell the girl he was with all the time, according to the suit. Which I wonder who they're talking about in this situation. So I'm not sure if they're talking about Kim Porter right here, because this is happening in the 90s, and I'm pretty sure he was with Kim back then. And another complaint filed the same day, Joy Dickerson Neal alleges that in 1991, she reluctantly went on a date with Combs, which reluctantly is pretty funny, went on a date with Combs, who intentionally drugged and sexually assaulted her after their dinner. She claims that Combs recorded the assault and showed the tape to other people, which, again, is a trend. While Dickerson Neal did not go to the authorities immediately after the alleged assault, she says she did eventually file a police report with unspecified agencies in New York and New Jersey. So a lot of people were like, oh, if this situation actually happened, why didn't she file a police report? Why didn't she go to the police? Why is she only suing for money now? It's a money grab. But I really like when women like this have already done the steps to file the lawsuit, because then, or to file the police report, because then it kind of knocks down the naysayers. Like, oh, okay, you can't say that she didn't go to the police, and she went to the police a long time ago. So what is your argument now, right? So she filed the police report. The complaint says prosecutors told her they need to corroborate her allegations, but she believes possible witnesses were terrified that Combs would retaliate against them and that they would lose future business and music opportunities if they made a statement backing her account, which is really sad, because these powerful men in the music industry have the ability to shut your career completely down. Completely. You can be popping at the time, have your hit, have your stuff on playing on the radio, and then boom, you are nowhere. Everyone's like, what happened to so-and-so? And you're a distant memory. They're on to the next, right? So it's really sad that things can happen like this, because people don't want to risk their chance of being famous and their chance to stay famous, right? So it's like, when you go out there on a limb and you go to the police, you have to know that you got your ducks in a row, especially in situations with powerful people, because they can make you out to look like a liar and make you out to be blackballed in whatever industry you're in. And that's pretty scary. A lot of people can't afford to lose their means of supporting themselves or their family. So a spokesperson for Diddy said the two women's claims are fabricated, which, okay, let's use this word fabricated. When you have a story that you're recalling, if you don't have every detail, there's proof of it, they can say, oh, this is fabricated. Oh, this isn't true, because there are parts that are you're saying is true and the person that you're going against is saying that it's not true, right? And if you don't have the proof, they can say, oh, this is fabricated. They'll say the claims are fabricated, but they can't say exactly which part is. So it makes everybody think, oh, wow, this is a lie. That's not necessarily the case. So the claims are fabricated and accuse them of exploiting the Adult Survivors Act. Another woman, referred to as Jane Doe in the complaint, filed a fourth lawsuit on December 6th, alleging that Combs his longtime lieutenant, Harvey Pierre, and a third unidentified assailant gang raped her at Combs' Manhattan recording studio in 2003 when she was 17 years old. And do you guys remember that picture that was circulating of that girl sitting on his lap? The girl sitting on his lap, I think, is the Jane Doe, because she was showing that she was actually in the studio. She has picture proof that she was there, picture proof that she was walking around more than just sitting on his lap in the studio. So for her to say she was 17 at the time, that's easy for her to prove with with her birth certificate and the date that she's saying, right? And the picture, the date the picture was taken, right? So this is another thing. Even if he's like, oh, I didn't know her age, it's your responsibility to do your due diligence and make sure that when you're messing with somebody, she's of age. But it just seems like in all of these cases, he does not do his due diligence to make sure of anything. He just feels like he can get away with everything. And that really bothers me. So Pierre, who previously served as president of Combs Bad Boy Entertainment, has also been sued by former assistant who alleges he used his position of authority as plaintiff's boss to groom, exploit, and sexually assault her several times between 2016 and 2017. Tragic. The lawsuit claims that the men trafficked Joe across state lines from Detroit to New York City on a private jet, which is very possible because he had a private jet back then. He still does. Plied the teenager with drugs and alcohol until she couldn't consent, and then violently assaulted her as she told them to stop. Oh, I know. And then when you're doing something that you know that you can't really go tell your parents about without feeling that shame, a lot of people don't go and tell immediately because it's like, okay, my parents have taught me better. So I know they're going to be disappointed when I tell them that something happened to me because I did something that they have taught me not to be involved with, not to be involved with these older guys, not to get caught up in the fast life, right? So it's like, okay, when you're doing something, when you're younger and you know that it's wrong, if something happens to you while you're doing that, it's like, okay, I can't tell anybody. I can't even go to the police because I don't want everybody to be looking at me like I'm a bad person or a whore or whatever, right? You're just afraid. So I was like, dang, that's insane. Oh yeah, it's definitely her. So after assaulted her, she told them to stop. The complaint also included several photos that Doe alleges were taken at the studio on that night, including one where she is sitting on Combs' lap. I knew it was her. I knew that's the girl. That's the Jane Doe, because I was like, you remember that? I remember them talking about this story last year. So it's crazy that boom, she's got a lawsuit out now too. And people are like, oh, she's just looking for a payday. Oh, she wasn't 17 years old. As if they know. They couldn't know. Anyway, in February, Combs' former producer, so this is the one that we're talking about right now with Lil Rod. In February, Combs' former producer and videographer filed a federal lawsuit against the mogul, alleging Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him, which is nuts. According to the lawsuit, Rodney Lil Rod Jones worked on Combs' most recent album, Love, which the Brother Love shit was so fucking fake. Like, I know I'm not the only one that when he came out and changed his name to Love, it was like, your rebranding won't change the fact that we know who you are, sir. Anyway, and lived with him between September 2022 to November 2023. So this is a key thing. Unlike the women that are suing him and alleging that he abused them and did things to him, this man was actually living with Diddy for over a year. So a lot of the things that he can attest to are things that people normally wouldn't. It's something akin to Cassie accusing him. They were living together, they were in a relationship, all this other stuff. So she knows background things that people wouldn't necessarily know. The same thing for Lil Rod. He was living with this man. He sees things that other people wouldn't necessarily see because he's there every day living, right? So Jones alleges he was a victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his, by Mr. Combs. On one occasion, the lawsuit claims Jones woke up naked and disoriented in bed with Combs and two sex workers. So why did he have to be in the bed with this man? This sounds like when Usher was living with Diddy and he was young. He was a young boy living with Diddy. And they told these stories about how they used to fight over the frosted flakes in the morning and stuff like that. Like, it gives me a just unsettling feeling hearing these stories about these grown men or these young men with Diddy in these situations where it's like, what are you doing there? Even like, so a lot of times celebrities, when they're very young, their parents send them to these people that have experience so they can help mold them and shape them into the career that they're looking for. But they end up getting groomed by the people that they're supposed to be there to protect them, supposed to be there to look out for them, make sure that they don't get played. That's the person that usually plays them in the situations where they do get played. Anyway, he alleges the music mogul drugged him. Again, drugs included in this situation. The complaint also claims that in his role as Combs' videographer, Jones secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. The illegal activity the suit alleges includes acquiring drugs, soliciting sex workers, providing laced drinks to minors, and sexual assault. Jones' suit names several other defendants, including Combs' son Justin, Combs' chief of staff Christina Quorum, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Haptemariam, I think it is. That might be it. Haptemariam. Combs' lawyer, Sean Hawley, denied Jones' allegations like she always does. And she says, "We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies." That's what she told people. I mean, I haven't seen one lawyer yet come out, one defense attorney come out yet and say, "Oh, everything that they're saying against my client is true." So this is really on brand for what a lawyer is supposed to do. They're supposed to say, "My client didn't do this." But why have all these people been talking about these Diddy parties, including Cat Williams, who we all decided just a month ago, he understands everything, he knows everything, right? So Cat Williams talked about these Diddy parties. Sometimes Diddy wants to party with you and you have to say no. Why are all these people in Hollywood attesting to the fact that these Diddy parties get absolutely outrageous? Even Usher, he was talking about these camps that Diddy used to run and how it was getting crazy there. And they asked him flat out if he would allow his child to go to one of those camps. And he said, hell no, because it was outrageous. The shit that was happening there was not for children. So why was Usher there? Why was Justin Bieber there? When I remember when Justin Bieber came out, Usher, I'm pretty sure, is who brought him to Diddy. So it's like he grooms and abuses these men only for them to get older and bring somebody else to him to get groomed and abused also. That's just what it's looking like. Allegedly, of course. All of this is allegedly because I don't have any solid proof. However, these are the things that seem to be adding up. So Diddy has denied all the allegations against him, which of course he did. He says, "Enough is enough," Diddy said in a statement. "For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday," which, sir, you have made all this money off the backs of your artists and off the fact that you underpay people for the things that they give you off the strength of you get to be seen with Diddy. So don't try to say they looking for the payday like you're not always looking for a payday off of everybody else's backs. It's cap. Assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Like, all right, sir. In late November, Diddy temporarily stepped down as chairman of Revolt, which obviously he should because the press is really bad. The media company he founded in 2013. Excuse me. While Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business, the company said in a statement, this decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfastly focused on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of all Black people throughout this country and the African diaspora. I think it's very interesting that they want to amplify these voices, but then they're not siding with the victims. All they're doing is taking him off the label so that people won't say, oh, this is associated with Diddy. I don't want anything to do with it, right? But they're not really standing for Black people. They're not really trying to amplify their voices, because when people are hurt by somebody that had the power and the position to do it, they're not backing them. They're not pushing their message out. They're not. It's just a publicity stunt, in my opinion. Capital Prep Harlem, a charter school he opened in 2016, also announced it would end its partnership with the music mogul, which good on them. Like, imagine all the kids who are so excited to go to this freaking school, and imagine him coming to the school telling them all these great things that he could do for them, and then being able to hand pick his next victims. Think about that. Like, I know that sounds really sinister, but stranger things have happened. Let's be honest. Meanwhile, Variety reports that a new reality show featuring Combs, which was in the early stages of development at Hulu, has also been scrapped following the allegations, which, good job. Good job, Hulu. The show, tentatively titled Diddy Plus 7, would have followed Combs and his family. And the story has been updated, but I haven't seen the update yet, you guys. I wanted to just let you guys know where I was at with this current story. And this was like a couple of days ago, right? So that's the backstory, right? Now, you know, DJ Academics is messy as hell. And he got wind of this story, and he just started going nuts, because you know he's always at it with Carisha, which is really suspicious that this grown-ass man is always going after Carisha, a woman, instead of all these men that are out here allegedly doing all this crazy stuff, right? So let's show what DJ Academics had to say, because he always got a mouthful to say. Let's see. Let's add this to the stage. All right. So right off the bat, this is 3 days ago. So as soon as this lawsuit gets filed, here go DJ Academics. It's Young Miami fault. Diddy back in the news, which she ain't make this man do none of the things that he's been accused of. So it doesn't make any sense for him to be blaming her. But anyway, let's continue to read. I told her to shut the fuck up, and she wouldn't stop. Now look, a nigga making claims versus Diddy. Young Miami stay in a I think he says hoe's place, and shut the fuck up. You're getting your sugar daddy into too much problems. It should be many, sir. Anyway, so then he shares that he was sued by the male employee, which I just read to you guys the backstory of that. And it says they even mentioned Young Miami's stupid ass in here. That talk show for show canceled now, which it was already canceled, bro. Chill out. She been running her mouth like Diddy ain't tell her ass to lay low, which I'm sure he did, because this is really bad press for both of them, because she's been up his ass talking about. So she's been talking about how she likes to get peed on. Obviously, it's by him. How she's been going on these private jets and all this, going to these private islands. So her tweets might be able to corroborate the things that Lil Rod is saying in his lawsuit, which is why Diddy probably told her to stop speaking, stop tweeting about the stuff that they're doing. But you know, you can't control people, and that's what he's finding out now. So he shares this picture of Young Miami and Diddy where they're saying there are more allegations. He says a female cousin of Diddy's girlfriend, Young Miami, also sexually assaulted him, allegedly attempting to have sex with him in front of Diddy and members of his staff, which is nuts. So here's DJ Academics, messy. And y'all thought I was capping when I said Young Miami moving like she the new Gillian Maxwell of the freak off. So y'all know she is the girl that was with Harvey Weinstein, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it wasn't Harvey Weinstein. Who was that other guy? It was another one. Let me see real quick. She was tied to Epstein. Yes. Epstein and the Epstein Island and all of that. So he's calling her the new Gillian Maxwell because she's the one that was recruiting the people for him. So I was like, dang, that's a big allegation to put on Young Miami that you're saying she's so involved in this that she's the one that's getting the girls for him or getting the young boys for him. You do not want to be tied to that. So he said, imagine 50 niggas coming through to fuck while playing Act Bad on blast in the background. Gross. That is insane. So he says this also. So Young Miami tweeted this in 2021 on a private island with Diddy. This was years ago. He's pulling up her tweets from years ago to say, yep, she's telling y'all everything that this guy is already claiming in his lawsuit against Diddy. Then he goes on to say, remember when Carisha said that Gina girl was an eater? None of y'all ain't asked how the fuck she knew all that. I told y'all, man, them freak-offs might have been facilitated by Carisha Maxwell. He keeps trying to associate her with this Epstein situation. And then he says, so he pulled up a tweet from 2022, and Young Miami said, if I wanted you to eat my pussy, Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. You a eater. So she was coming at his ex because it was making her look bad that he was still associated with her. And here goes DJ Academic's messy ass. Well, damn, because that's proven that Diddy can make other people do things that they don't want to do because he's Diddy. So in his arguments, as he's going after Carisha, he's also making Diddy look really fucking bad. And I know Diddy has all these strings to pull. So it's pretty wild that he's going after Carisha like this and saying all this stuff, which is also making Diddy look very guilty. So then Young Miami said in 2022 also, Gina, you've been down bad ever since I came into the picture, ho. You've been crying for a baby for 10 years, ho. You've been around as a bitch that eat pussy and dick when he feel like it. You a eater. When he feel like it. He is who? Diddy. When Diddy feels like it, he has you do the freaky shit that he wants you to do for him. This is Carisha corroborating these stories. It's like, girl, I know that back then he was pretty much untouchable. So she didn't think that her tweets were going to cause any trouble. However, it's looking really guilty that she's saying he was making her eat people out and suck people's D whenever he wanted her to. So imagine this lady comes out and does a lawsuit against him. And then she says, and Young Miami knows this because she was there. And then they pull up these tweets. How is she going to deny it? How is she going to explain how she knows these things? She should have thought before she tweeted these things. So he says, you the same bitch that was crying on. So she says, you the same bitch that was crying on Tasha K because you wanted a baby. Poor Sushi. Which is so fucking racist. Don't say no shit like that. Anyway, so DJ Academic is going to say, messy. Your Honor, I entered this self-snitching tweet into evidence. Carisha Maxwell been on some shit, which is sounding like that. Now, this next tweet, insane. The fact that he tagged the FBI, PETA, the DEA, Donald Trump, like, ICE, sir. So Young Miami says, you want a baby, bitch? I have career, ho. You a certified freak. You haven't heard from Diddy since the awards reminiscing on abortions. Let that hurt go, Chun-Li. Racist again. So DJ Academics tags all these people and says, hey, yo, check this out. Find out what island they was on doing this freak off shit. It's like she's already left all these breadcrumbs from years ago when she was trying to get at a girl that Diddy was messing with. How stupid does it seem for you to be attacking these girls that you know he's sleeping around with? Like, you know he's sleeping around with multiple women. What's the purpose of you attacking this one girl that's getting a little bit more notoriety at the time? Ugh. Remember when I told y'all he was talking about them wrestling over Frosted Flakes back in the day? DJ Academics just shared this. Damn, this was yesterday. So let's see if y'all can hear this. Let's see. Hold on.
Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming.
Nigga, the Frosted Flakes means we used to wrestle to see who nutted first. I'm thinking they ain't talking about cereal, my nigga. They talking about ejaculating. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? These niggas used to wrestle till one of them ejaculated, and they were calling Frosted Flakes. Oh hell no! They got code words for the fuckery.
Now, that is obviously alleged. Like, I heard the Frosted Flakes story, and I was just suspicious because why is this grown-ass man wrestling with a 10-year-old that is not his little brother? Regardless of what he says, oh, he was like a brother to me. Nigga, he is not your family. Cut the shit. So you're wrestling with this little boy, which means, so he says he will always wake up early and go in there and eat all the Frosted Flakes. So this little boy was living with you when he was 10, 11, or 12. Baby. He was a baby. He was prepubescent. What was he doing living with Diddy when he was a little boy? A little boy. Can y'all tell me? It doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever they said he did that shit. That's fucking crazy. Like, I'm not going to add no sauce like, oh, they were calling it Frosted Flakes. But, like, you could tell when somebody has been with somebody since they were a young child. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. So when somebody has been with somebody since they were a young child and then they grow up, they aren't going to speak out against their person that did these wrong things against them because they have been groomed to accept this as normal behavior. So it's interesting that he showed that on his Twitter because I was just trying to tell y'all about the Frosted Flakes situation. Like, he was fighting over cereal with a little boy. Now that I know he was 10, what the hell? So, okay, you guys. So that's over, right? He's done fighting with Carisha. Now he's fighting with Meek Mill because Meek Mill is named in this allegation too. Meek Mill, Usher, unfortunately, I know he had a big year where he got to perform at the Super Bowl, but he was also named in this lawsuit. A lot of people that are your faves have been named in these lawsuits. So a lot of people want to argue against the lawsuit because it's like, oh, not my fave, not my guy. He ain't do this shit. But it's like, it's not looking good for these people who have always been tied to Diddy. Always. So let's go over this real quick. So Meek Mill is upset with DJ Academics because DJ Academics went over the court filings and he showed that Meek Mill is the Philadelphia rapper that was dating Nicki Minaj, obviously. There's only one Philadelphia rapper that was dating Nicki Minaj. So when they say these things, even if they redact the name of the rapper, it doesn't change the fact that we can put 2 and 2 together and say, hey, 1 + 1 = 2 is obviously you. So he's feeling some type of way because everyone was doing that, but he decided to target DJ Academics because his mouth is the largest. He has a big ass platform and he's going to say whatever the hell he wants, just like he put some extra sauce on that Frosted Flake story. So he says, Academics didn't I tell you to stop playing with my name? I don't know what I'm going to do when I actually see you. It's going to have a combination to it though. Sir, weren't you just locked up? Weren't you just fighting for prison reform and all this extra shit? But now you want to openly threaten this man on social media over some shit that he didn't even put out there? The lawsuit is out there for everybody to see, and that anybody can put 1 and 2 together and say, oh yeah, this is motherfucking 2. 1 + 1 = 2, or 1 + 2 = 3. We understand that this is you. I don't understand why he's so mad. So DJ Academic says, wait, did you blame me for what a lawsuit said? Like I just made it up? LOL, no way. Like, sir, you looking real guilty. It doesn't make any sense. So he says, LOL, honestly, I don't even think Meek gay. But it's weird as fuck he got on Elon Musk's Twitter to blame me for what a lawsuit said and promote a song, LOL. Dog, you know you can just say, that's not true. They're lying. Bro done dropped his trailer more times than SoundCloud link like he trying to use it as promo, LOL. That's odd to me. And it's odd to me too. Like when I was looking at his tweets, because I was looking at Meek Mill's tweets yesterday because he was going on this long ass Twitter rant. And after we read all of these, we're gonna read Meek Mill's tweets because this nigga was tight as fuck. But in all these rants, instead of him being like, this is a lie, this did not happen, this man is like basically deflecting, basically talking about everything except for the allegations. Nasty, nasty work. So DJ Academic says, this is a treacherous rollout if you ask me. Pause. Yeah. So Meek Mill says, Academic's an alcoholic, fully powered by the white man. The white man at it again. Anytime there's some mess going on, they gotta blame the white man. They gotta bring the white man into this. When all these people named in this are black ass niggas. Black ass niggas. Why the hell are you back to blaming the white man? Can't take no accountability for a goddamn thing. Anyway, who you think posting that on every website? They're posting it on every website because he's a very, very, very well-known mogul who's a billionaire who's being accused of this crazy shit. It's going to be viral. Stop it. So he says they be so mad they can't stop. It's few groups. Shut the fuck up, Meek Mills. So DJ Academic says, nah, this nigga is burnt out. A producer called him and Diddy gay, which it was Lil Rod, and he mad at everybody and addressing everything about it, everything but it, which is what I'm saying. Like, he's up here going off. Wait till I show y'all his Twitter rants. So he says, nigga said I made it up, which doesn't make any sense that he's coming at DJ Academics. Like, y'all can hate him all you want, which I don't really like DJ Academics at all. I think that allegations against him from his ex-girl are true. I think that's that situation where the girl was screaming in the background of his live. He was live. You could hear this girl screaming. It sounded like she was screaming for her life. He was like, "Oh, that's just the way that's just the way she is. She's just loud. You know how some girls are." That girl sounded like she was in distress. So instantly I was like, predator, done. But anyway, it has nothing to do with the fact that he was accused by this music producer, not by DJ Academics. He's just sharing the story. Just like I'm doing right now. So he says, get me his addy. What do you need his address for, sir? I'm going to shoot a full production music video in front of his house. LOL, seriously, get me that one in New Jersey. Sir, is anybody checking for your music? Has anybody checked for his music since Dreams and Nightmares, or am I just out of touch? Because I haven't listened to anything since remember times like this, I had to shine like this. Like, I don't remember anything other than that. That's when I stopped listening to his ass. So you putting out this album, cool. But nobody's checking for you. Nobody's been checking for you for a while, sir. You might have your little core fan base, but I don't know who they are. I ain't heard of them. So DJ Academic says, cut this bunny hopping fake gangster shit out. He's stupid. You a reform nigga or you a killer. Exactly. I told y'all this man was up here looking for police reform, looking for them to stop stepping on the black man's neck, stop kneeling on the black man's neck, all this extra shit. And now you out here trying to do exactly this shit that's going to get you locked back up. Right there underneath the white man. And anyway, he says, until you shoot a video in front of Dean House, I don't want to see this on social media. You wildin' trying to promote your whack ass song, whack ass song. Nobody cares. So then DJ Academic says, the day a nigga use a gay rumor and beef him with a blogger to promote a song is when I realized this game is too crazy for me. That is pretty wild. Like, that doesn't make any sense. This game is kind of crazy for me. I'm going to pray for Meek. He got to be back on them perks. Which is a low ass blow, DJ Academics. Like, you did not have to bring up the perk situation because honestly, it's fair game. You called him an alcoholic, Meek, so he can bring up your drug use, which everybody's well aware of. But damn, they just always go below the belt. Every time they get into it, anybody in these industries, they just go from, oh, we talking about the subject to talking about basically lying on your dead mama with their Nicki Minaj voice. Like they just go too fucking far. But he says, so the Meek Mill, he's fucking pissed, right? So he says, he's an alcoholic with no life talking to kids on a computer, which I think most of his fucking followers, when they're watching his live stream, are fucking children. They're like 13, 14-year-olds saying dumbass shit, agreeing with everything he says because he's popular. But he says, talking to kids on a computer. Normal kids watch Kai, Aiden, Wallow, Gilly. You a sick old black man. I think they still in the same age range. But anyway, you a sick old black man with no life achievements trying to destroy black men because you envy us as men. How is he destroying these black men? How? How is he destroying these black men? This man came out with a lawsuit against you and Diddy and everybody else. And now you want to blame DJ Academics for spreading the story. That don't make no sense. So DJ Academic says, Meek Mill, I promise you nobody in the rap game envies you because nobody thinks of you. Nigga, you got dropped from Atlanta and then said you heard execs were planning against you. Nigga, again, nobody cares about you. Nigga, you flat out just fell the fuck off. Tell him you fell off. We stopped caring about you. We stopped. So he says, who you think is in the room conspiring like, let's try to stop Meek Mill. We are jealous. You high? Which again, he's making a reference to his drug use. Like, damn. They were going at it, y'all. So he says, I'm from Philly. I don't do coke or freak ass Molly. Like a state determines whether or not you do drugs. That doesn't make any sense at all. You can't say, oh, I'm from this location. That means nobody would ever do drugs here. That's a reach. So he says, nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy. Okay. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity and the whole place don't get flipped. Okay. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming. LOL. Okay, so y'all heard these stories about these men. Yo, they mad as fuck. I'm sorry, I didn't even see y'all over here. What's up, Tommy? What's up, Nap? What's up, LA Project Lauren? Hello. You guys, it's just nuts. So yeah, you know how they say these guys that are always in jail, they in and out of jail, they have a little boo in there and they be doing stuff that you wouldn't think they would be doing in there. And what was that guy's name that got knocked off? Oh, I can't remember his name. But Lil Von. So Von, they came out with all these rumors that he was also on the down low. And when he was in jail, he was getting his salad sauce or sauce and salads. Like, this is just a very common story that's told, that when these guys go to jail, they do some strange things because they don't know when they're getting out. Exactly, King Von. So they do some strange things because they don't know when they're getting out, and they have needs they need to fulfill. So I just don't understand how he's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm too hard to ever be doing these drugs or doing these gay things, as if we don't know for a fact that how hard you are does not mean that you won't bend somebody over or get bent over. The two don't correlate. So he says all this stupid nigga had to tweet, which it's not, because that doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Coming on here trying to beef with me to sell a record like I made this shit up. He did not make this shit up, as I already pointed out. So DJ Academic just starts going in on him. Meek really got to be on drugs, though. He's throwing these drug allegations on this man. Nigga, I've been chill on that nigga. Dean and half of Philly drove to my studio trying to expose that nigga in an interview, which is nuts. And he said, I turned the interview down off the strength of 21 Savage, who tried to patch up stuff between me and him before, which shout out to 21 Savage. I only hear good stuff about this man. That's just a sidebar. But then DJ Academic says, Meek don't talk to no niggas. Don't talk to no nigga from Philly like how he tried to talk to me. That's why I can't respect him. He bunny hopped for the white man Why they keep throwing the white man in here? What the fuck does he? I haven't seen no white man talking about this situation at all. Just a bunch of niggas, but he's trying to bunny hop for the white man. Act like he above niggas who from his own city, but got killer energy for a blogger. A blogger that's doing his job. Nigga, we stopped believing you. Which is kind of true. So Meek Mill says, and somebody send me the actual lawsuit. These blogs making y'all stupid day for day. Sir, when they said it was a rapper that was dating Nicki Minaj from Philly, we all decided that it was you, sir. How is that making us look stupid? What other rapper from Philly dated Nicki Minaj? Oh, and boom, go to page 13. Here go DJ Academics, ready with the receipts. He said, go to page 13. Your name is redacted, but you're explained as the Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Who the fuck else would that be? Who would that be? Come on, man. 1 + 1 = 2, sir. And we all know it's you, sir. So he says, so Meek Mill started deleting his posts. Look at these. This post is unavailable. This post is unavailable. This post is unavailable. This post is unavailable. He's deleting his tweets. This man was going on a Twitter fucking rant. But DJ Academics ain't going to delete his. So he says, nigga, when you talk about asking for my address online, you talking about death games. Calling it flat out. I agree with him. I really do think it was a threat. He said, you must think you invincible. You don't talk about pulling up to street niggas' homes because you ain't on that with them. So don't be on that with me, which is completely fair. He also says, well noted, my address is on Google. You still tweeting. Ugh. Nasty work. He says, nigga, you were over talking. Nigga, we over talking. You've been threatening and tweeting for 8 years because they have been at it for a while. Like anytime DJ Academics brings up Meek Mills, he's ready to come at him. He's ready to fight him. I remember when he was into it with Safari too, and they were having a little scuffle. I was like, damn, Meek Mill is going to ruin his fucking reputation over a girl. Now he's going to ruin his fucking life over a blogger. You have to have some type of control over yourself. It doesn't make any sense. So he says, say less, because at this point, we don't believe shit you saying, which I'm not going to lie. I don't believe him either. DJ Academics. Oh, shit. So this is all shit that's happening today, you guys. Like, look at this. Hot off the press. So he said, you finna do a 6ix9ine, huh? Remember when he pulled up on you and all you did was pull your camera? Nasty. Dog, you got on the phone with me and told me James Harden told y'all that me and 6ix9ine were planning to pop out on you. We seen the 6ix9ine video. You just pull out the camera guy. Ugh. I don't know why he always got to come so hard at Meek Mill, knowing that he can't really go after him because he's a fucking felon. But anyway, you bunny hop for Michael Rubin, Robert Kraft. Damn, he name dropping. Michael Rubin, Robert Kraft, and get called boy by billionaires. That's nuts. That's racist as hell. Get called boy by billionaires. You they house nigga slave. Whoa. See, DJ Academics, he be right. But then he goes so far left to go against these niggas that it just seems insane. Like you can't really back them all the way because you're like, nigga, this is too far. Anyway, I'm just reading the tweets. He says, you they house nigga slave. You ask for all your financial advice on Twitter because the billionaires you around, you just doing chores for them. You're around, you just doing chores for them. Nigga, that's half the reason you fell off. The image don't match. It really don't. It's like he came up being this street nigga that's gotten out of the game and he's growing, he's doing better, but he's still doing his popping his willies on his 4-wheelers or whatever. He's still a real ass nigga, right? But if you're gonna sit out here sending threats out to niggas, you need to back that shit up. Or don't send the threats. It just seems like you're not about the shit that you're talking about. He goes on. Plus, we seen you hit that boxing ring, fam. Me and you could box. Ugh. Nigga, you way out of his weight class with your fat ass. Fat ass DJ Academics and fucking Meek Mill are not in the same weight class. Can we just be real? If I were Meek Mill, I would not try to get in no boxing ring with this big ass nigga. If you gonna do something to DJ Academics, you gonna have to shoot his big ass. Ain't no way I'm getting in a fucking boxing ring with somebody that's 3 times my size. Fuck out of here. Anyway, he says, nigga cried over sitting 6 months in jail, which is nuts. But I ain't never been in jail. I'm saying it's nuts, but I don't want to go to jail. I know I wouldn't last in jail. So I'm popping all this shit knowing good and goddamn well I do not want to be there. But anyway, I'm not claiming I'm a street nigga either. A hood nigga either. I'm from the suburbs. I'm from Iowa. We cannot relate. Anyway, he says, nigga cried over sitting 6 months in jail for popping a wheelie, which is nuts. Oh yeah, remember I told y'all popping the wheelies on the 4-wheelers? But you want me to believe he's so gangsta, he finna ask the whole internet for my address? Front his move about what he finna do, then do it. Nigga, please. Find someone to play with, Freak Mill. Ooh, Freak Mill. I promise you put no fear in my heart. He keeps throwing these allegations on out there. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Oh shit, so Meek Mill's back at him again. He said, the governor called me and checked me. I took it down after I explained to him, this the guy that powered the biggest rap beefs that killed some of my friends playing undercover. Damn, that's nuts. Then this nigga gonna say new music out, we off him. Are you serious? That shit is sad as hell. That is weird. Why are you plugging your music in this weird ass shit? Talking about he got this man's friends killed. Like, sir, get the fuck out of here. He don't have that much power. He said, you still getting told what to do by old white men. Whoa. You guys. They quick to throw the white man in there. That's nuts. You still getting told what to do by old white men. Just stop cosplaying as a gangster man, because he ain't. We respect the reform shit you do. You talking like you anything else is just laughable, which I kind of agree with. And plus, you still ain't addressed the nigga who sued you and said the shit. That's a fact. Lil Rod said these things about him. Lil Rod, the producer. This has nothing to do with DJ Academics just because he told the story. Like, what the fuck? So, this is the last one. And this just happened 14 minutes ago, you guys. So, who knows what else has popped up since then. But he says, nigga, we just talking about nigga was just talking about he finna ready to die. He finna ready to die. Okay. About his issue with me now, said some old white governor convinced him not to. Not his family, not his friends, a white governor. Embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed? This is embarrassing. He says this is how he lost that beef to Drake. All tweets. Oh, remember back to back? I know y'all remember back to back when he was going at it with Meek Mill and when Drake and Meek Mill were going at it. And he did back to back. And I heard that he was playing that song when Meek Mill was either in a room above him or in the room below him. And he kept playing that song over and over and over. Like he ethered this man. He's so fucking petty. So this is DJ Academics going at it. I don't want to read the stuff that what's his name was saying because who really gives a fuck? Y'all get the synopsis. Meek Mill tight because he's involved in this situation, and Academics being messy because that's his goddamn job. Like, I ain't even mad at Academics, to be honest. Because it seems like everybody got smoke for everybody except for the people that actually did some shit. The people that actually had something to say about them. So as this story continues to develop, I'm going to keep coming out here telling y'all my opinion and sharing with y'all the development of the story because this shit's fucking nuts. And I know that it's entertaining, but also it's informative. Like when we hear these stories online, a lot of times it's hard to really place the names, especially when they redact the names out. It's like, oh, who they talking about? We can try to determine who it is. And the Philly rapper who was dating Nicki Minaj really sounds like Meek Mill to me. But let me see. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have not said anything to y'all. I'm so sorry. What's up, Nav? What's up, Kojo? What's y'all saying? Oh, see, so Kojo said there were videos of Meek boxing. He had no hands back then. That's what DJ Academics was referencing. He was like, oh yeah, we seen you boxing. We could box this out. He's saying that because he's like, nigga, you can't fight. Nigga, you can't fight. And it's like, oh, that's a bad look. Yeah, he says, I doubt things have changed. Me too. I doubt things have changed too. What's up, Lauren? Do you believe all these guys are straight though? You know my theory. I always believe that these guys are straight until the price is right or the opportunity is right. Then they're bisexual. They're closeted. They're questioning because they'll do a little something to get their music pushed or to get some money or to get some type of notoriety or to get placed in the right position around people that they want to be around. And then they'll pretend that they straight as hell again. Okay, sir. Nav said, Big hands look like Young Thug boxing. First of all, why y'all gotta throw this nigga in there? This man fighting for his life. I'm not covering the slime situation because I really never cared about Young Thug. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I ain't listen to his music. I didn't care about Jeffrey. I didn't care when he was in the dresses. Like, I just don't care about this nigga. So when he got locked up for murder and all the fucking, well, he has a RICO case against him. So that's pretty much anything illegal that's involving him and his crew. They all going down. I was like, yeah, take them out. But Diddy, this is completely different. I used to love Bad Boy. I used to love them. So it's like, I'm kind of tied to this. And remember when Mace left they ass behind? Remember Murder Mace? Y'all remember him? He was fine as hell. Fine. He was fine. He was so fine. He was my favorite, right? When he left them behind, I was like, why? Why would you throw everything away? And then he did the welcome back. I was like, yes, Mace is back, my favorite. Only for him to leave again, back on his preacher shit. I was like, damn, he must not be cut out for this rap game. He keep leaving like he's afraid, right? Now all these people that were associated with him are falling off and they getting accused of all this outlandish shit. And I'm like, ooh, maybe he was onto something. Ooh, maybe he knows something that he's never told us. Y'all think that? I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Nap. That's why they fall when they behind them walls, because they can't really fight. And you can't be fighting all these niggas for your pussy. That's pretty sad. But yeah, they had to get taken out. So sometimes people just take what they have to take so that they can survive in there. And honestly, who am I to judge? If I were in a female jail, you think I wouldn't be looking for something? For some commissary? For some extra attention from some girl? Because I like girls too. If she fine or she cute and I'm in jail. I'm sure a a average 5 girl on the outside is a jailhouse 8 or 9. So if you in jail and it's slim pickings and you ain't getting out, I ain't judging you. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna be licking on something. Nev. She can't because she jealous. She jealous. I'm just saying. No, listen. Do not say that he got ran off, Crown Prince. Don't say that. You know that if somebody is saying something crazy or doing something crazy, you don't want to be associated with that shit. He did not get run off. He made the best decision because now he can distance himself and be like, I've been stopped fucking with this nigga. None of this shit has anything to do with me. Yo, completely sidetracked. But y'all know that Biggie Smalls was under his situation too. And I was listening to this, you know, that Nicki Minaj song, which is like dreams of fucking with blah, 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 blah. He had dreams of fucking the R&B bitches. And he brought up Raven Simone when she was a little ass girl. He said that he would have sex with this baby girl. And you guys, she was literally prepubescent. Why would he bring her name up in this? You have dreams of fucking these R&B bitches, even the children. I'm telling you, these niggas sick as hell. Y'all can act like y'all don't know that they sick. Oh, look at Nav. He being messy. He said facts. May Snoop. Lock Snoop. Yep. 112 knew. Well, remember Danny Kane? They know something too. I heard Danny Kane. This is turning into gossip right now. Allegedly, whatever. I heard Danny Kane was being used as little prostitutes out for the industry. When he made his little making the band people, he was using the girls to be hoes out here, to be prostitutes out here. So you go through all this work. You walk in to get goddamn cheesecake for the original making the band. You walk in to get goddamn cheesecake across the bridge, and he's hoeing you out. He pimping you out. And you feel like, so this is a problem. When you go through all of these hoops to get something, you finally get a taste of it, you feel like I can't throw it away because then all of this will be for nothing. I'll have done all of this for nothing. So a lot of times they're like, oh yeah, I have to keep up with this because I did all this work. Faith knew. Lil Kim knew. Lil Kim was on some other shit. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, Third Ward, he petty as hell. He petty. Total, y'all are hilarious. She said, I'm not oh, Lucky, don't be on the wrong side of history talking about something. I'm not canceling Biggie or Diddy. First of all, this nigga dead. Who cares if you cancel him? He dead. He the one that said these things. The fuck? And Diddy has always been allegedly gay. He has always been allegedly closeted. And his fucking parties have always been allegedly weird as hell. I don't know. I am never going to side with these weird ass niggas because when they roll the tapes back, roll that beautiful beam footage. I don't want them saying, oh yeah, Fantasy was like, I'm rocking with Diddy. First of all, I already got some crazy ass, weird ass bitch saying that I was letting people pee on me. Imagine me associating with some nigga that like to pee on girls and give them golden showers. Like, get the fuck on out of here. There's just certain things that I'm not going to link myself to because I just think it's beneath me. I'm just going to be honest. And that's one of them. This nigga is beneath me. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money he got. They use what they got to get what they want. I hate you. I hate you. You a goddamn mess. Yes, I listen. So it's not that I don't listen to dead artists. I'm just saying when things come out, like when I found out that Elvis was sleeping with his goddamn cousin and she was a fucking child and he married her, I'm not listening to his fucking weird ass songs. I stopped listening to R. Kelly. I know all these other people like, oh, cancel R. Kelly, don't play him, blah, blah, blah. Y'all ain't got to cancel him. I stopped listening to him and I know every word to every one of his fucking old ass songs. That's how much of a fan I was. When I found out he married Aaliyah when she was 15 years old, I was done with his ass. I didn't care about nothing else. When I found out he married Aaliyah, my girl, Aaliyah, when she was 15, it was a wrap. Fuck that nigga. When he got locked up, I was like, good, leave that nigga in there. Don't ever let his ass out. Because how could you do that to Aaliyah? Had her singing Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, so she thought it was okay. Like, bruh, fuck these niggas. Don't be calling Aaliyah no flip. You wildin'. We about to fight. We gonna fight in this motherfucking chat. Lucky, call her a flip. She was a baby. So, okay, you got all this smoke for Aaliyah, who passed away. Rest in peace, my beautiful angel. You have all this smoke for Aaliyah, but these guys have the same stories of them getting pimped out by these men. They just don't come out and say it, just like the girls don't. Other people have to come and tell it because it makes them look bad. When I think about girls getting sucked and fucked out here, like they said the same thing about Mariah Carey. They said the same thing about all these fucking girls because you don't make it in this male-dominated industry without sucking on something. Remember Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac when she said that she had a music career that was starting out and they were like, oh, what happened? Why didn't you continue? And she was like, because I wasn't willing to fuck to continue. I was like, damn. She just coming out here and saying it. And it's on a completely different platform. It's not like she needed them for her music to get pushed because she just let that dream go. But everybody ain't lying. That's just the way I see it. Not everybody is goddamn lying out here. Nip, I haven't heard anything bad about Nipsey at all. I haven't heard him being involved in no crazy shit. I haven't heard anyone saying that he did something to them. I haven't heard anything. So I would never expect you to cancel him. But King Von, he's a fucking murderer. He's a fucking murderer. He was, allegedly. Actually, he did. He was a murderer. And he was down low. All his fans, I'm like, really? I'm reporting your channel. Don't do that. First of all, I ain't got too much going on. It ain't monetized. So you report my channel is it's all right. I'm gonna be all right. You are a mess. I cannot stand you. J Boog. Oh, I did hear that too. That J Boog was sleeping with Omarion mom when he was 16. It's all these predators in the music industry. It's little boys, little girls. They get preyed on. And you know what, you guys? I always loved singing. I always loved acting. I always wanted to be a singer. I was like, I'm going to be famous. La, 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 la. And my mom was like, no, you need to get a real job. You do not want to be in the music industry. You do not want to be in Hollywood. And I was like, she just doesn't believe in me, right? Like, I'm just so sure that she just isn't seeing the vision like I am. And now here I am, 32, hearing all this shit from back in the day. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was in New York when I wanted to do this. Y'all know I moved a lot because I was Army brat, right? So we were in New York, in Brooklyn. And I was like, yes, this is my chance. I was in the 3rd goddamn grade. And I wanted to go be discovered as a fucking artist. Now imagine me being able to peek my little head in the door and then getting used the fuck up and thrown the fuck out and get hooked onto some shit because I just can't get over the fact that I got treated that way as a child. That is fucking sick. Chris Stokes, yes, hearing about Raz B. He's been messed up ever since. Y'all, it's so many people that it's like, okay, all these people lying. All these people lying. I just can't. She really did. She did. As much as I was mad and like, oh, she just doesn't believe in me. Mommy, you were right. I love you. I really appreciate you. You were absolutely right. Because, you know, when you're a child, like I was saying earlier, you just want a chance, right? You see these other child stars and you're like, all I need them to do is hear me, see me. I can do these things. I can act. But it's not whether or not you can do these things. A lot of the time, it's whether or not you'll let people take advantage of you. As long as they need to for you to get to where you're trying to get to. And a lot of people don't get to where they're trying to get to. So then it's like, what did I do all this for? To get peed on, like he just said. Like, it's funny now because that shit didn't happen to me. But imagine, like, I just couldn't imagine if that shit did happen to me. I know for a fact I would be devastated. I know for a fact that I would probably be hooked on some weird ass shit like all these other ones. Either alcoholic or crack. These bitches be hooked on crack. I'm like, what happened in your life when we all loved you for you to go from superstar to crack? What the hell? What? The math ain't mathin'. It just doesn't connect for me, right? But then I hear these stories and the truth starts spilling out little by little. Jaguar Wright, as crazy as everybody says that she is, what's his name? Orlando Brown, as crazy as everybody says that he is, he be saying all these people be doing these things, and she be saying all these people be doing these things. And then as the lawsuits come out, the people start saying, oh yeah, such and such and such happened, you go back to the things they're saying, you're like, how much of this stuff is very true that we just ignoring? That's raspberry lemonade, you guys. I don't be drinking. But that's raspberry lemonade. You guys, it's been real, but I got to go to the doctor. I told y'all last week that I had to go to the doctor and see my surgeon, and they had to let me know if I needed to get surgery. The plot thickens. I have to get surgery on my fucking neck, you guys, like in my spine. They have to go through my front of my neck to reach this disc that has slid out and is causing a lot of pain in the back of my neck. So they have to scoop my disc out and put a spacer in there. It's fucking nuts, you guys. So I know I feel young and blah, 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 but I'm about to have major surgery in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to get my blood work done today, and I'm just praying that everything is okay. You guys pray for me. I'm not going to be on here with my fucking neck all weird looking. Like, I'm going to have a cut. He said it's going to be like right here, but I don't know. Like, I keloid when I have scars and scratches. That's why I don't get in no fucking fights or nothing like that. I don't want to be scratched up. I don't want no keloids. I think I'm pretty, right? My skin is very smooth and soft. I don't want that. But I think I'm probably going to have a keloid on here. And he said it's going to be really small, but I'm just praying for the best with this surgery, you guys. I'm really, really anxious about it. It's not Obama. You're so silly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your prayers, for real, you guys. Like, this is serious. I'm getting spinal surgery. Like, the disc is pushing against my spine. So they have to pull my disc out so that it stops pushing against my spine and damaging the nerves, because the nerves are causing this pain to keep shooting down here. And if they keep being compressed, the nerves, it'll start shooting pain down to my fingertips. Then I'll start losing feeling in my fingertips. Then shit can go from bad to worse. So it really just made me like, okay, you got to take this seriously, and you're going to have to take some time off. So y'all aren't going to see me. That's why I'm making sure that I'm producing the content y'all used to seeing me, because I had my surgery on the 7th is my pre-op, and the 12th is the actual surgery that morning. And then it's recovery from there. And he said it's 6 weeks recovery. So he said the first couple of weeks, I'm going to be in a lot of pain. Like, I'm going to be recovering. But hopefully, if they don't have to do too many spaces, like if they can scoop it all out from the front, from the front, and scoop it all out, all the disc out, they won't have to go up to another level. But if they can't scoop it all out, because it didn't just shift, you guys. It shifted out and up. So when they scoop it out, if they can't get it all out, they're going to have to go into a second spot and scoop the rest of it out and then put a bigger spacer in there. I was like, yo, this is insane. And if they have to do all that, I'm going to be in a neck brace for 6 weeks. 6 weeks, a neck brace. Like, you guys, it's so embarrassing. But this is life. This is what you sign up for when you get in the military. You be doing all this crazy shit, jumping out of airplanes. Your spine gets fucked up sometimes. Even if you think, oh, I'm fine, I made it out scot-free, you find out later on in life that you done messed yourself up. No, I went to jump school and I jumped a lot, you guys. I was chasing jumps. Like in 82nd, all I wanted to do was go to jumps. And I was a private, so they didn't give a fuck. Go ahead and jump. Go ahead and jump again. Go ahead and jump on the weekend. You want to jump again within the same day? Yeah, do that. And I was doing it. It was fun. But it ain't so fun now. I would never tell anyone to go to airborne school, ever. And I used to tell people, if you want to advance in your career, go to airborne school, especially as a Black girl in Intel. An Intel airborne soldier that is a Black female, you're one of fucking 5. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're very few. So it's going to set you apart from your peers, and you know they don't want to look racist as fuck, so they're going to choose a Black person. They don't want to look sexist as fuck. They're going to choose a woman. You want to be here when they're looking for the people to choose. That's how I advanced so quickly in my career, you guys. I chose the things that other people wouldn't do. But here I am, about to have surgery at 32. So choose wisely. Thank you so much. That's why I joined the Navy. See, why you joking? There were plenty of people in the Navy in my airborne school. And the Marines. Well, actually, that's a lie. It was like 3 of them. But they were still there at airborne school. And the Marines were there at airborne school. So airmen were there at airborne school. So you think, oh, it's just the Army? No. Every one of y'all, every one of the branches have people at airborne school. For no reason. We ain't jumping into no combat. Yes, I was in Special Forces too. I went to 3rd group, Special Forces group. And 3rd group was lit. It was like Army light. All the rules didn't really apply. We just did whatever we wanted to do. Oh, wait. Let me show y'all this real quick. So 3rd Ward. Hey, shout out to Beyonce. I love her. He from 3rd Ward, just like her. So he said, look, the majority of the Disney and Nickelodeon kid stars that eventually grow up into adults, they be fucked up. By the time they become adults, they look soulless. Yes, the soul has left their eyes because of shit they seen. Depressed and disturbed. Wonder why, Fantasy Island girl. I ain't wondering anymore. I used to, though. But you guys, that's it for this show. I really appreciate y'all for coming out. Thank you so much. Lucky, I love you so much. Thank you. You're my boo, boo, boo. And Tommy B, Crown Prince, Nav, I really, really, really appreciate you. I don't care that I went to Special Forces. I was intel. I was Special Forces support. I was not doing that shit. Like, I jumped out of airplanes and went to the computer. I was never doing no crazy shit. I really appreciate you guys for coming. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next week. I think that's going to be my last show before my surgery. So last 2 shows that next week. So catch me when you can, and I'll see y'all after. Goodbye.
Cultures have boundaries.
Our culture has boundaries. Or
Yeah.
I'm just saying, or you could not do that. You think you have to do that? You think you have to flex? You think you have to do the dick measuring contest?
All right.
That means that you
like,
have
well, from where
sexual
you're
relations
speaking.
while your partner is watching.
I'm sorry.
They're not involved. They're just watching while you get ducked.
Oh,
They're the cuck.
Yeah, it's
You're
just like
y'all are just so overly dramatic about this, talking about, oh, he'll never let the world see him cuck. Like that's not this situation.
I mean,
That's
Adam
performance.
22 did it. Would you say he's out?
And that is completely different. See, that is cuck.
he's a cuckold. He's a cuckold.
Exactly. But what Swiss did wasn't a cuck move. You think that's cuck stuff?
I don't even got a problem with Alicia Keys. My problem is with Usher.
Well, let me shut up. I don't care about
Okay,
How-
so
how
you
many-
say he wrote.
How many decades you think it's gonna take her to find a man if she's going around saying that shit?
Not that.
Damn.
They don't share the good stuff. That's a lie.
So
don't specify.
Because what you gonna get out there that you can't get right here?
Every desire, niggas are nasty. Hell no.
Niggas are nasty.
Thank you. Oh my.
I don't want her. I might not look at her the same.
No That word. part.
You doing it with her? You ain't nasty too? Y'all nasty together.
no, he gonna look at her like, I can't believe you just did that.
You whore.
I'm like, where you learn
Hey,
that?
that's right. You're the mother of our kids. I can't do
What's
you
wrong with
nasty.
y'all?
Don't
You're
be
a
kissing
mom,
my
though.
children after this.
Find out.
No.
We're gonna find out she nastier than him. So Steph, is it
Let's
your man's
find
vibe?
out.
I'm at Steph.
So it's
Wait,
like
did
if
you
want-
change?
Hell no, I didn't change.
Why?
Hell no, I didn't change.
If my man ever said, if he ever says,
No, it
ever
was
says,
no,
a
no, no,
dress
no.
that
It
I
was
wear
more to
ain't
that.
banging, I'm
was-
taking that shit off.
It was more